let's get real. Your looks won't pay your bills. Your popularity won't build your future and your friends. Most of them will move on once school ends. So, what are you really investing in right now? If it's not yourself, this video might just shake things up for you. Remember the coolest kids in school? The one with the perfect outfits, always surrounded by a crowd who looked like they had life all figured out. Now, check back 10 years later. Sometimes, that same person is still chasing validation. Just now it's on Instagram or TikTok. Meanwhile, the boring or nerdy kids, they're buying houses, traveling the world, or leading teams because they played the long game. Funny thing is, at 16, nobody really cared who studied hard. But at 26, everyone notices who actually built something real. Plot twist, right? Let's talk about the 6-year window that shapes your life. From year 7 to year 12, that's just 6 years. 6 years that can literally set the course for the next 60 to 70 years of your life. Psychologists call this your formative period, the time when your habits, your discipline, and your mindset are all being formed. The famous Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." What does this mean? It means if you don't take control now, life for your TikTok algorithm will choose your path for you. These 6 years decide who you will become. Will you study, build skills, and focus on your growth? Or will you waste your energy trying to impress people who might forget your name the day after graduation? Because honestly, the time and energy spent on curating your image could have been spent building your future. And we see this everywhere. The distractions might look different, but it's the same old trap. For girls, it might be comparing themselves to influencers, chasing an impossible standard of perfection, or craving likes and approval. For guys, it might be chasing status, trying to be the funny one, the star athlete, or the cool guy who pretends not to care about anything. They're different distractions, but it's the same trap, performing to impress others instead of becoming who you really want to be. And here's the spoiler alert. When school ends, all that popularity vanishes overnight. That guy everyone hyped up as the next big thing. He might be stuck in a dead-end job, stressing over rent and bills. That girl who is always Barbie perfect. She might be struggling with loneliness because she never learned how to be happy. Without the likes and the constant validation. Meanwhile, the quiet ones, the ones nobody really noticed, they just kept grinding, and now they're the ones running the show. Let's break it down with some simple math. School popularity only lasts for about 6 short years from year 7 to year 12. But nowadays, people live into their 70s, 80s, or even longer. Those so-called nerds who focused on growing and learning during those 6 years, they were actually building a foundation that will support them for the next 60+ years of their lives. So, while the cool crowd gets to shine for a moment, the real winners are those who invest in themselves for the long run. After high school, you hit your first big fork in the road. You can go to college and keep studying. You can learn a trade or a skill through vocational training or apprenticeships. Or you can jump straight into the workforce and start earning. If you choose college, yes, it's 3 or 4 years of lectures, deadlines, and way too much caffeine. But it's also fun. You meet people from all over. You figure out who you are, and you slowly realize, this is who I'm becoming. You might not be making much money yet, but you're building something way more valuable, a professional version of yourself. If you go straight to work or learn a trade, your learning doesn't stop. You just learn differently through hands-on experience, responsibility, and real-life lessons that no classroom could ever teach you. Both paths work, as long as you keep growing. The problem starts when you stop learning, stop trying, and stop believing in your own long-term growth. Sure, there are exceptions. We all know the stories. Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Oprah Winfrey, Elon Musk, and Margot Robbie. People who made it big their own way. But those stories are 1 in a million. For most of us, success comes from consistency, from learning, building, and improving every single day. The great Greek philosopher Aristotle said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. That means your daily habits are shaping your entire life. If your habits are procrastination, distraction, and people-pleasing, then you'll master those things instead. But if your habits are focus, learning, and discipline, you'll build a version of yourself that no one can touch. Make it a rule. Improve yourself every day, even just by 1%. Because those small improvements compound over time, and eventually, they turn you into someone unstoppable. And here's the real twist. The ultimate globe isn't about looks. It's psychological. It is that moment when you stop chasing approval from others and start building something that is truly yours. Carl Jung called this process individuation. It is not about selfish individualism or trying to stand out for the sake of it. It is about becoming your true, whole self, underneath all the noise and expectations. As Jung beautifully put it, the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. Real independence means having the ability to stand alone, to think for yourself, and to confidently walk your own path. Your looks, your social status, and your friend groups will all fade, but your self-knowledge, your confidence, and your sense of purpose will last a lifetime. So here is the question we want to leave you with. Are you investing your time to impress others or to improve yourself? Will you use those 6 critical years from year 7 to year 12 to build your foundation? And the next 3 or 4 years to shape your professional life? Or will you waste all that precious time performing for people who won't even be around or matter later on? One path gets you attention. The other gives you freedom. It's not about perfection, and it's not about popularity. It's about power. The power to stand tall, to fail, to rise again, and to own your story. You are your longest and most important investment, the one that will walk with you through every season of life. So, make it worth it. Stop trying to impress people who won't even remember your name. Instead, focus on becoming someone you are proud of. Build the habits, the strength, and the kindness that your future self will thank you for. Because one day, 10 or 15 years from now, you'll look back and realize this was the moment you began becoming who you were meant to be. And you'll be so grateful you did. You are absolutely worth it, and you deserve nothing less than the best life possible. We'd love to hear your thoughts and know that this content is truly connecting and making a difference. Let's keep growing together and building a life you truly own. If this video resonated with you or with someone you know, please hit that subscribe button, share it with them, and leave a comment below. Thank you for watching.